Stay City Apart Hotels. Half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose Stay City because Stay City is the smart choice. Stay City, half apartment, half hotel, all across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at staycity.com.
We're about to start the second half of St Vincents against Craobh. Chiaráin, 13 points to 10 the score here. In the other game, heading into half-time, Ballyboten by 2 against Whitehall Colmkill. That one going on over in O'Toole Park. 12-10 is the score there. Stephen Kelly, who scored a point off the bench late enough in the first half, in midfield for the second half, alongside Carl Salmon. Connolly picking up Salmon. Dolan wearing number 2, but he's been in midfield from the start. And interestingly enough, at half-time, Pat Gilroy kind of jogged onto the pitch and had a word with Connolly. Not sure what he was saying or what the context of the conversation was, but he obviously had a message to deliver. Connolly, a really fine hurler, just like this man, James Finn. Stephen Kelly runs inside Conor Burke and gets a very fine score.
Second point for Stephen Kelly, another really good score. I see Craobh have put Billy Ryan out centre forward, probably trying to get him into the game more.
Just bounced away from Peel.
It's a great puck out from Dara Perry.
Yeah. Gary Kelly doing well. Gary Kelly took a bit of a knock in the first half, but he's okay. And Gary Kelly takes another knock there, but he's brave as a lion, isn't he? Here's Cosgrave. Cosgrave squeezes through the gap. He's got McBride calling for it instead. He gives it inside to Gilroy, and another fine save from Chester. Paddy Gilroy must hate Stephen Chester, because that's the second top class save that Chester has denied Gilroy with.
Yeah, it's just a brilliant save.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah, I would say Paddy would have preferred that he was trying to hit the ground with it and he didn't. Stephen got his foot to it before he did. Really good build-up play from Aaron Cosgrave, who's been impressive young player for Vincents. Just been very good at linking up the play, and that was a brilliant hand pass across to put Paddy Gilroy through.
John Heatherton, who's been marked by his brother Kevin today. And it's mad with Chester there. It's not like he moved a whole pile, but he got in the way of the shot, and that in itself is a skill. Here's Heatherton, sinking the putt, so to speak.
He's in no rush to take the puck out this time, Stephen.
He's probably still sore. Goes short to Gary Kelly. Kelly fumbled but regathered. Peel putting him under pressure, rolling it down the line while bouncing it down the line to Hayes. And it's intercepted by St Vincent's, but they fumble. And eventually Craobh get it back through Stephen Kelly. That's a really good ball, but it is a free. I think there was a late hit on Stephen Kelly there.
Yeah, somebody came across him after he'd hit the ball. I don't know. I'd say Craobh would have liked the play to go on there. Billy Ryan had the ball all on his own on the sideline, and he's capable of scoring from there. I'd say the free will be from where the ball landed then, where Billy is holding it over there at the sideline.
Derwin. That looks good. That looks very good.
That's a great strike from the sideline against that wind. Really, really good score.
2-1. Craobh Chiaráin lead in the second half. 2 points is the gap. Vincent still leading. Will it be 3? Heatherton watching as it goes over the crossbar. Two points in the second half for Vincents, both from Heatherton. One from a 65, one from play. It'll fall the way of Conor Burke. Pressurising him is Robbie Mahan. Burke finds his man. That's Bulger. That's Dolan. Gilroy. Cosgrave. Gilroy kind of makes the looping run around. Cosgrave couldn't find him. Cosgrave, much to his credit, gets it back. Conor Burke, all in one kind of flowing movement, puts it over.
That's Cosgrave again with the assist, and Conor Burke will do that all day. I see Craobh have switched Owen Forbes onto John Heatherton. Kevin is out centre back.
Cillian O'Neill. O'Neill maybe gave himself too much to do there, just ran into a crowd of too many Craobh Chiaráin players. Derwin is hooked. It falls kindly for St Vincent's, and that is Daniel Peel. Peel pokes it through. That was clever play. Got it to Rory Dunn. Comes to O'Neill. Cillian O'Neill out to Owen O'Neill. Owen O'Neill went for it.
It's wide.
And it's wide. And interestingly enough, in the second half, it is full-back Owen Forbes who's picking up John Heatherton, while Kevin Heatherton has moved on to Paddy Gilroy.
It could be Craobh just holding the positions too. John started out in centre forward and has moved in maybe 5 to 10 minutes before half time.
That's true, actually. Occasionally you'll tell players follow whoever you're on, and occasionally you'll tell them stick to your position.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Craobh would fancy having Kevin on the edge of the square. He's more a half back line player.
Burnett, was he fouled? Referee says yes.
Clear push in the back.
It's one of the things I like about Sean Stack. He'll always give you the indication. He'll always tell you why. You'll never be left wondering. Very Nigel Owens-esque.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Nigel, by the way, who got married this week. Not sure if Nigel's watching this game, but I know he does like all sports and isn't just interested in rugby. Anyway, here's Derwin.
Craobh are playing Gary Kelly in front of the Vincent's full forward line there now as an extra defender. I think Matthew Forbes was doing it for a few minutes before half time. I don't think they started with a spare man back there, but they have him now.
Cosgrave. Good tackle. Clever tackle by Carl Salmon. Matthew Forbes blocked by Cillian O'Neill. Comes back to Forbes. Stephen Kelly, he's lively, isn't he? He's wiry and skillful, and unfortunately got that wrong, but in the main has played well since coming off the bench.
Yes, Stephen is around a long time. Great servant to Craobh hurling. Has done well since he's come on.
Morehouse Carroll lets it slip through his fingers. It was fired at him. Here's Finn. Free in Craobh Chiaráin.
That's a couple of late hits from Vincents. I wouldn't say Pat Gilroy would be too happy with it, or slight ill discipline, keeping Craobh ticking over, because Keane Derwin isn't going to miss too many of them.
Actually, is that a line ball or a free? Because there was a clear advantage if they'd let it go.
Oh, it's a free, by the way.
Yeah, it is a free, yeah. Well, that's one where Craobh Chiaráin probably would have actually preferred the advantage, but
maybe both of those frees over that side, I'd say they may have preferred it. Yeah. They won't mind if he scores it.
Well, sometimes, and I know what happens, the referee will give the free, and then the second after it will appear obvious that there's an advantage, but they don't know that at the time. Look, it doesn't matter because Derwin has put it over as you'd expect him to do, and it is a 2-point game. Timber flying everywhere. Forbes goes to ground, free out.
Yellow card for Derek. Not too happy about it.
No. Derwin will take the free. The breeze against him. I was curious about the conditions because it's a strange evening. It's kind of warm, but there's also kind of a chill. It's breezy, but it feels still. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's not as warm as it has been the last few days. Pitch is hard. The ball is flying off it.
Yeah. Pitch is in great condition, isn't it? Like the work they do to it.
And Noel Brady's a powerful man. The traffic this pitch gets.
Yeah. And it never looks it. It never looks worn. Line ball for Craobh Chiaráin. It's gone kind of scrappy, isn't it?
It is, and a little bit ill-tempered as well.
But the reason I walked on the pitch, I kind of wanted to get a sense of what it was like out there. And it's kind of heavy, and there's a bit of a breeze, and there's a bit of a swirl in the breeze. So it might look like a placid and calm evening. It's not. It's a strange kind of condition for the players. Anyway, here's Carl Salmon blocked down. Conor Dolan barging on the way out and giving away the free. Anytime you kind of turn into a player like that with your shoulder, you're asking the referee to make a decision. The referee did make the decision.
I think that may have been harsh. I don't think he went at the Craobh player. He's been impressive, Conor Dolan. I'd say Vincents overall are happy. There's a lot of young guys there. They're down a few players for one reason or another, and the likes of Aaron Cosgrove, Paddy Gilroy, Conor Dolan, Killian O'Neill, Daniel Peel, are all young guys, probably in more or less their first or second year championship. So I'd say Vincents are happy to see them guys embedding themselves.
3 in a row, all 3 from Dublin. And it has Craobh Chiaráin back to within 1. Perry. Gary Kelly. Kind of spills it into the path of Robbie Mahon. Mahon evading Heatherton, giving it off there to Owen Forbes. Forbes surrounded by half of Marino, but does really well to get it back to Kelly. Dermot. Looking for Kelly and finding Kelly. Kelly turned on it cleverly. But Brian Morehouse Carroll just didn't give up on it, stayed with him. By the way, St Vincent's have made a change. James Brady has come in, didn't quite catch who he came in for. James Brady's picking up Stephen Kelly. Is that McHugh taking the line ball?
No, they're going to let Cian Derwin take it. I'd say Cian will have a go here. He got one in the first half.
Yeah, McHugh never looked overly comfortable in taking it. I think he was kind of wondering, why am I standing here? Here's Derwin. That's dangerous, but it's well intercepted. Very well defended.
Conor Burke.
Conor Dolan runs it out. Dolan looking inside. Has he put a little bit too much on that? He has. The idea was good. McBride couldn't get there. I think Adelecki would have struggled to get to that one.
Yeah, it was too wide. 2 players on Derek as well.
And he wouldn't mind that. Chester. Well, it's into have a crack territory, isn't it? That's going to drop.
Ball.
Yeah, it is dangerous. Vincents just can't get rid of it. Tried to get it up. There was Billy Ryan, but he couldn't, and it's going to be a hot ball, I think.
Like you were saying, the game has gone scrappy, and it's sort of suiting Craobh. The link play and Vincents were finding loose forwards in the first half and creating scoring chances. It's not really happening this half. It's scrappy, a lot of ball on the deck, and Craobh are winning frees and have brought themselves right back into it.
We have a stoppage. And while that's happening, players are trying to get some water on board. Ballyboden by 2 when last we heard from the game against Whitehall. Colmkill will keep you up to speed with that game.
I think it's Tom Connolly has gone off there. I can't see him, and it's for James Brady. He'd be a big loss to Vincents. I didn't notice him getting injured, but I don't see him there now.
Another change being made by, a couple of changes being made by Vincents. And Cian McBride has come in.
Can you see who's gone off now in a minute?
Paddy Gilroy is going off. I think it was a double substitution. So just looking to see who else has gone off.
Cian McBride's gone into the full forward line there. Kevin Heatherton is following him. Cian McBride is a handful in there, powerful man. Yeah, Kevin is following him in there, and Gary Kelly is still playing as the +1 in front of the full back line.
Callum Walsh has also come in. He's picking up full forward Darren Kelly. I'd imagine the second substitution is going to be an injury replacement. You don't want to see, we're not showing obviously the player getting treatment, but he is still getting treatment. He's kind of sitting up at the moment with his jersey in his face. You don't want to see that happen to any player. You don't want anyone out there to get injured. It is part of the game, but Daniel Toomey just struggling at the moment, so let's hope that they're just taking precautions, and sometimes you get injured and it's very sore at the time, but it heals quickly. Let's hope it's just one of those situations, but it's tough for Daniel Toomey. Hopefully.
He looks like he's in a bit of pain there, all right.
Yep.
The game has got, like I was saying, scrappy and a lot of stoppages. There's not the same flow to it that there was in the first half at all. But 13 minutes to go and absolutely all to play for.
Well, Daniel Toomey receiving some treatment. The stretcher being brought out again. You just hope all of that is precautionary. It's tough on him. It's tough on his teammates. While that's going on, players kind of re-enter or warm up.
Yeah, there's a few balls going out in the pitch there.
You need to keep yourself loose.
You do. Couple of injuries, like Vincent are missing a lot of players this season, with guys travelling and what have you, and now that a couple of injuries, like they're really testing their panel. The likes of Oisin Langan, Ray McBride, James Mulcahy, Mark O'Farrell, Mark Sweeney, these guys, all top players, I think a good few of them are away. I'm not sure if all of them are away, but they're tight as it is without picking up injuries. Though, as I was saying yesterday, or earlier, it's very encouraging for them to see their younger guys that I named beginning to establish themselves as championship hurlers. Daniel Peel there, for example, was a promising underage player with Dublin, just had a very bad couple of years with injuries. Maybe missed 2 or 3 years in total with injuries. I'm delighted to see him back playing well at this level.
Earlier on, we brought you the first game of the day, Coola taking on Nafina. You can watch that back in full on the Dublin GA YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe to the Dublin GA YouTube channel, and games will pop up for you automatically. It's football next weekend. We've got action on Friday night and Saturday. Let's just remind you of what we have next weekend. Some good games on Dubs TV. On Friday night at 6:45, it's Bengalians against Clontarf. And at 8:30, it's Nafina against Castleknock. On Saturday, a double header at 5:30, St Vincents back in action against Kilmacud Crooks. Two clubs that are strong in Senior 1 in both codes. Also on Saturday at 3:30, it's Ballymun Kickham's against Ballantyre St John's. That's all coming up on Dubs TV next weekend. It's football again in a couple of weeks' time. On the weekend of August 30th and 31st. In this group, St Jude's play Ballyboden, while on the 30th, Whitehall Columkill take on St Vincent's. Well, it should be nearly almost over at this stage in O'Toole Park. We'll try and bring you a full-time score when we can. They've just broken back into a full warm-up again, Colin, and that's understandable and the right thing to do, because you can't just stop because you'll seize up.
Yeah, it's a long break in play. Both teams, Vincent in particular, they are doing a full warm-up, and I'd say Craobh look like they're going to start one now.
Yeah.
It's difficult for teams, the game has a flow to it, and a break like that, it'll be interesting to see if there's a change in the flow of the game when the game restarts. There often can be after a break of this length.
Well, they've both gone into huddles, and it's effectively like a new game when they start again. Vincent's leading by 1. Craobh Chiaráin showing their battling quality so far in the second half. If we can in a moment, we might look back on the first half highlights of this game, because it was one of those games where it kind of started out level, then St Vincent's very much got on top, then Craobh Chiaráin came back into it, and since that they've been neck and neck. And in fact, just before that injury stoppage, it was Craobh Chiaráin who'd got the last 3 scores, all of them coming from Derwin. Now Daniel Toomey is being
it's not Toomey, I see Toomey there, number 4. Okay. I'm not sure who the injured person is.
I'm just looking around to see who isn't there. We will resume with the St Vincent's free.
Could be Killian O'Neill, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, by process of elimination, I kind of don't want to commit to it just in case, but I don't see him out there. Will they resume with the goal? They do! Well, what a way to respond.
McBride.
Let's have another look at that one. Long, high ball played up.
I think he broke his hurl score in it.
Cian McBride just off the shoulder. Nothing Chester could do about that. So a 1-point lead turns into a 4-point lead. And that's a good bounce pass down the line. Great stuff from Stephen Kelly. Craobh Chiaráin have made another change. Jack Murray has come in. Turning and twisting is Darren Kelly. Trying to steal away here is Billy Ryan. That's a free in.
Clear free. This will bring it back to 3. There's only 7 minutes left on the clock, but there'll be a long amount of injury time on top of that. There's probably 12 to 15 minutes left. So Craobh still well in this.
Billy Ryan puts that one over. 3-point game. Long delay caused by the injury to Cillian O'Neill. Let's hope he's okay. Let's hope that the delay was just the medics taking the right precautions and that he's back sooner rather than later. Just got away from Durbin, that one. And that looks like it's a good score. That's a fantastic score. Really good play, getting up and popping over the point, Callum Walsh.
Great score from Callum.
Now Heatherton has come back a long way to strike this.
I'd say he's going to have a go at it with the wind and the belt on the ball John has. I'd say he'd be close to having the distance here.
Heatherton. I don't think distance is an issue. It's all about accuracy now. Oh, he was unlucky. Well, it actually turns out accuracy wasn't the issue, distance was. Conor Dolan does well. Conor Burke. Burke is going for it.
Gone wide.
He's unlucky. Kelly. Looking for Sean McHugh. Craobh Ciaráin had it, then lost it, looking to get it again. That was a kick at it there, but it's intercepted by, I think, Morehouse Carroll, who finds Heatherton. And this is why he drops deep, to win ball like this. Now, can they do the rest? Launched forward by Bulger. Intercepted. Salmon. Salmon with the diag. Falls kindly for McHugh. That's going to drop in or around the square. He has it in hand. There could be a goal here. Good save by Perry. Might be another chance for Craobh. No, a vital intervention. Morehouse Carroll nipped in there. Well, it was James Pinn who was denied first time, and then Morehouse Carroll ensured that Craobh Ciaráin didn't get another chance.
It's a fantastic take from James Finn. Probably disappointed with the shot. It was a good save from Dara, but more or less straight at him.
Here's the replay.
Just watch the catch here. It's sort of over his shoulder. Look at that. That's a fantastic catch. But the shot was straight at Dara Perry then. Morehouse Carroll did well to smother the rebound. There's Darren McCarthy coming on there now. Gary Kelly going off. Gary didn't look quite himself today. Maybe carrying a knock or something like that, I'm not sure.
It goes over rather than under, but they're still very much in this game. I think that was Billy Ryan who struck it.
To 3.
Forward from O'Neill. Conor Burke.
It's another wide from Conor. He'd be disappointed with that. That's 2 in a row from Conor.
3 between them. Another change for St. Vincent's. Oisin Mulcahy has just come in.
So that's Brian Bulger going off, is it?
Is it Bulger or Peel?
It's Peel.
It's Peel, yeah. On that side of the field, when they both have the white helmets, it's quite difficult to tell, isn't it? Ball rebounds around, comes for Craobh Chiaráin and Darren McCarthy. Lets it go, but only to a Vincents player. Bulger. Conor Dolan will have a go. Dolan's annoyed because he knew as soon as he struck it, it was off target.
Yeah, Vincent's creating chances and just not taking them. They could regret it because Craobh are still well in this. We're coming up on 30 minutes, but there's going to be a lot of injury time.
Hayes goes deep. Great grab out of the sky by the St. Vincent's defender. And an even better pass, and then Vincents go long out of defence. Heatherton, good pass to Derwent. Derwent. At times he's been the one to keep Craobh Chiaráin in it. His fine form continues. What a good point.
Well picked out by Kevin Heatherton. And Cian Derwent is very, very accurate player.
Perry goes long. It's a Vincent's ball. Burke wants it. Heatherton lifts it into the middle instead. That's a good take and a good hand pass outside. It's fumbled and it allows Carl Salmon to get in there. But Vincent's desperate to get it back. Sean McHugh there as well. It's a real contest now, isn't it?
I'd say the ref is going to throw that in. Sean McHugh down. More injury time.
Yep.
We could go up to 40 minutes here, Washeen, I'd say.
Sean McHugh is sitting up anyway. Ballyboden well in front in the game against Whitehall. Colmkill 127 to 15 points. They're very late in the game there, but I think we can assume that Ballyboden are winning that. Chester monitoring, and that one just skips wide.
I think a win here means Vincent's top the group, then going by that result. A win here for Vincent's means Vincent's top the group.
Well, it is all over, and Ballyboden have beaten Whitehall Colmkill. Bulger gathered. Dolan sweeps up behind him. Conor Burke. Nice tidy stick passing. Conor Burke thought about the shot. Collides with Derwent. Gets it outside to Cosgrave. Cosgrave has to go the long way. Cosgrave.
Hounded by three Craobh Chiaráin defenders there. Craobh smell blood here. They think they could nick it.
Not just 1 point to show for their efforts so far in the championship, but they're a team that does not give up.
Cian Derwent going to have a pop here again, I'd say. It's quite a narrow pitch, Parnell Park, so good sideline artists like this fella always have a chance.
Derwent. Unlucky. Still just two between them. And plenty of time. Craobh Chiaráin have had goal chances that won a couple of minutes ago, you think of. That was a very good take by the fullback Owen Forbes. Cian Derwent. Can he find a fellow Craobh Chiaráin man? They almost did. It was flicked away. Cosgrave allows his teammate to run onto it. That teammate is Bulger, who has a bit of trouble getting it up off the deck, and then getting to him is Jack Murray. And that is a Craobh Chiaráin ball because it did go out off of Vincent's hand. They take it quickly. It finds its way to Billy Ryan, and Billy Ryan finds a score, and a big one too.
Very clever play from Jack Murray to get it to Billy, and Billy on that right side, very, very accurate. 1 point game.
Taking and turning, Rory Dunn. Was that good defending or a foul? It's good defending from cornerback Mark Hayes. Here's Carl Salmon. Salmon! Dipping ball, perhaps looking for Darren Kelly or Robbie Mahon. He doesn't find either. Mahon fouling his man, free out. That's Daniel Toomey who's down. Let's hope he's just picked up a sore one and
Just
is
looks
okay.
like cramp
Yeah,
there.
okay. Killian O'Neill stretchered off earlier on again. One just hopes that the stretcher was precautionary and all that. What do they call it? The lactic sniper. If he catches this, Craig could be in trouble. Yeah, it is dark.
Wide ball.
Wide ball, wide ball. All the while, Daniel Toomey is still receiving treatment, getting the legs stretched out.
Sub for Vincents here.
Coming in for St. Vincent's is Neil Billings. And goes straight into the back line. And heading off is Daniel Toomey. So, a 1 point game. And a bit of a guessing game as to how much injury time there is because they don't tell you here. That's a great catch by Robbie Mahon who goes outside. Can they finish the move? Having a shot is Darren Kelly. Darren Kelly! Wide.
Great chance to level it up. Fantastic catch by Robbie Mahon there. Francis Usanga coming on for Craobh now.
Yeah, he can win ball if you put him close to goal. The thing is, they don't need a goal. Points will do here.
Hard to see who's going off there.
Going off is Robbie Mahon. Or is he? Yeah, he is. Yeah. Nope. James Finn.
James Finn. I wouldn't have taken Robbie off after that fetch.
No, certainly not. That's why there was a bit of surprise in my voice. James Finn played well as well today. Left it all out there. Like all the Craobh Chiaráin players. Is that going to stay in play? Chasing after it like his life depends on it, his own Forbes. Forbes is not fouled by Heatherton, but he does get the pass away. Win it is the shout at Billy Ryan. Oh, Ryan fumbles. On top of him there was Neil Billings, but Ryan does well to keep it going forward. And now stealing it back is James Brady. Brady gets it to McBride. McBride outside. Good close control by St. Vincent's. Jumping onto it there was Callum Walsh. But it is turned over by Craobh Chiaráin. And a ball played down towards Darren Kelly. Kelly trying to get away from Morehouse Carroll. Morehouse Carroll stuck to him like glue. And Morehouse Carroll wins it back. And cleverly wins the line ball, does he? Yes, he does.
Really good play from Morehouse Carroll.
He's having a really good season, actually, isn't he?
He looks like a 33-year-old in there, the way he plays, rather than a 21-year-old. He's a real old-school defender.
It doesn't mind the contest, doesn't mind the one-on-one, does he? And here he is again. Again, just leans in, does what he needs to do.
It's Rory.
Yeah, Dunn got it off to Conor Burke. Conor Burke looking for Heatherton. Heatherton takes, shoots, and doesn't score. Well, he thinks it was over.
Hedgehow thinks that was over.
Sean Stack is just pointing down to the umpires and saying, oh, get on with it, the puck has been taken.
Linesman didn't want to know.
Matthew Forbes. This is a real test for Vincents. Heatherton. Good pass. He'll take them on all day. It's Stephen Kelly. Stephen Kelly from a very tight angle on the move. Hits it wide.
Vincents have missed a lot of scores in the last 10 minutes. They probably should be out of sight. They could live to regret it.
Perry goes direct, goes old school, just send it down the pitch as far as you can, and it breaks for Craobh Chiaráin, but then it was left behind. Clever play to Heatherton. Heatherton loses it. It's really physical. It's a real battle. That's loose. It's intercepted. Could that be the moment? Comes to McBride. McBride sidestepping. McBride looking for room. McBride now looking for a point. And McBride gets it.
Big score. Craobh will be disappointed there. They had possession of that ball and got turned over. Fair play to Derek. It was a good score in traffic.
Cosgrave just kind of dipping to get out of the way. Sometimes you look for the pass, sometimes you just make yourself invisible. Dolan, that's a little bit loose. It was well caught despite the height of the pass. Brady, now he gets it to Cosgrave. Cosgrave back to Brady. Brady.
Great hook.
I think it was Kelly got in there, was it? Yeah, it was Stephen Kelly. Just got in there, just got enough on Brady's stick. Chester, high and long. Usanga is the aim. It rebounds to Sean McHugh. It's loose from McHugh. Well, the referee's saying, what was I supposed to do? Here's Heatherton. Heatherton, as the hurley is thrown at him, that's a free and a yellow card. Owen Forbes launching his hurley at Heatherton, trying to stop him by any means necessary.
That's poor discipline from Owen Forbes there. You know, it's just wasting time, and Craobh don't have time. Craobh don't have to waste.
Well, I don't think he's going to give them the card, which I'm glad
He
of.
did.
Oh, did he? Oh, did he? Okay,
yeah.
sorry. Okay. That's why I'm glad you're here, eagle-eyed.
It's just wasted another minute on Craobh. You know, that head you'll have a shot.
Heatherton to restore that 3-point lead, and then Craobh Chiaráin would need a goal. Well, they'd need one anyway now at this stage. Heatherton, can he block out the noise from his neighbours?
He's missed it.
So a goal to win it for Craobh Chiaráin as opposed to a goal to draw it level. Chester goes long.
We're 11 minutes into injury time here.
But we did have a long stop for that O'Neill injury. Battling for it around the middle. Vincents try and get it back. In there was Darren McCarthy. He couldn't quite get it. Referee blows it up. It's all over. It was a real battle. A very entertaining game. Scrappy at times, but Vincents come out on top. Vincents 118, Craobh Chiaráin 19 points.
Yeah, a real dogfight. Not the first or not the last one between these two clubs. I would say Vincents deserved it. You know, they created more chances than Craobh Chiaráin did. But you know, it was a gutsy performance from Craobh. They hung in there, and with a bit of luck, they could have won it. But overall, Vincents were the stronger side. But I'd say they'd be disappointed with their second half performance overall. They got quite scrappy, missed a lot of chances. But with the injuries they have and the players they're missing, they're unbeaten. They top the group. So overall, I'd say Pat Gilroy is happy enough.
Yeah, with the exception of the injury to Cillian O'Neill, and we hope he's okay. It was a good day. Let's hope that injury isn't serious, because that can turn what is a good result into a bad day. But they've got the win, they've got the result. Let's have a look at the highlights. Are we starting with the first and going into the second? We are. We'll have a look at the entirety of the game. And this was the opening score from St. Vincent's, and a good score as well.
That's Gary Kelly's point.
Yep.
Nice score.
Robbie Mahon put them 2 points to 1 up. And that was the last time they led in the game. Heatherton got the equaliser to make it 2-2. Bulger got one to make it 3-2. And then, while Craobh Chiaráin weren't shaken off at any stage, even though they were 7 down at one stage, they never gave up. That was a good ball into the path of Cosgrave. Cosgrave just tapping it over. That made it 4-3. Derwin making it 4-all. But after this, Vincents went on a 7-in-a-row run, and it all started with Brian Bulger's score here. Brian Bulger, who, as you pointed out, is a lefty, and McBride is orthodox, and that's how you can tell them apart. I'm glad you're here, Colm.
I'd say that's the first time Derek's ever be called orthodox in any.
More
facet.
orthodox than a lefty, if I can put it that way.
But he is here. See him on the right side here.
It's fantastic. Didn't mind scoring off the left there, did he?
No, he's well able. He's a really, really good hurler. Derek could play anywhere from 5 to 15 and be very, very effective.
Yeah. And there's Bulger off the right. They're just trying to prove me wrong every time today, aren't they?
Well, Bulger's just holding it, the left hand on top.
Yeah. Like Taggy Fogarty.
That's it. It's Daniel Peel's score there.
That was a good score by
James Finn. They badly needed that one at the time.
Yeah, he was denied a goal by Perry later in the game. We'll have a look at that.
He's very powerful, Derek. You'll win the ball anyway. If you get it into him, you'll win it anyway you hit it into him. No shortage of confidence either, taking the bounce off the ground. That's Keane Derwin's probably scored the game with the flick into the hand.
Yeah, fantastic. Stephen Kelly, he wasn't long off the bench there. Took them on, got his score. Heatherton setting up what he thought would end with a goal, but Chester denied Gilroy. And that's good work from
Billy. Got a couple of nice scores.
Billy Ryan, yeah. Stephen
Kelly
Kelly
again, him too.
Starting the second half as they meant to continue. That made it a 3-point game. Cosgrave thought again they were setting up a goal there again. Chester was in the way of it.
Yeah, Aaron Crossgrove set that up. He's been impressive for a young man.
Yep. Derwin again. Heatherton doing well, juggling it and then drawing it over.
He's a lovely striker, hedge out either side.
That was well set up and well taken. That was Burke, wasn't it?
Connor Burke, yeah. Yep. A lot of frees for Craobh, keeping a minute in that second half.
Derwin nailed him.
He missed very little. I think he only missed one.
Yep. That high ball always causes issues. There's where the injury occurred, unfortunately, for Cillian O'Neill.
This was the goal, and it came straight after the break. It's probably a lack of concentration. Craobh weren't the concentration mightn't have been there after the long break. But Keane McBride, in fairness to him, finished it well, and it was probably the crucial score of the game. It's Callum Walsh's score. Callum's another good young lad, was around the 20 panels the last couple of years. Yeah. That's
Finn.
James, what a catch.
Yeah, straight at the goal. Like a good save, but one you'd expect him to make. And then Morehouse Carroll followed it up with a decent intervention. And if Craobh had got a goal then, who knows what way this would have finished.
Great take from Owen O'Neill.
And an even better pass to kind of flip it out like that on one hand.
That's Keane Derwin again from play. This is a nice fast sideline from Jack Murrow. He didn't even place it. I don't know. It wasn't on the sideline, but
you got away with it. Billy Ryan put it over.
That's Derek's. That was a crucial score at the time.
McBride right over left and putting it over.
Did he get 4 points in total, Derek? Like he had a big influence on the game.
And there was one stage where he got 2 in a row. That made it. Those were the 12th and the 13th points. So Vincents will be very, very happy with how it's going. They look like they're guaranteed their spot in the knockout stages with this win here today. And Ballyboden beat Whitehall Colmkill earlier.
Yeah, they're winning, Vincents, without playing particularly well, which is probably a good way to be. They're top in the group. They're straight into a semi-final now. I'd say they're happy enough.
Yeah.
I think they've Whitehall in the next game, but they're already qualified. So the few injuries they picked up there, they'll have a good, by the time they play the semi-final. I'm sure they're hopeful they'll have those guys back. And for Craobh, it was a courageous performance from Craobh. We were 15 minutes into the first half. It looked like they could get a hiding. But in typical Craobh style, they dug in. Battled really, really hard. And, with a bit of luck, could have won the game.
Yeah.
With the players they're down, they're giving it everything they had and getting the most out of themselves. They put themselves in a position where they could have won that match, which, was quite an achievement when you consider how it looked early on in the first half.
Okay. Colin, pleasure to work with you today. St. Vincent's getting a victory in the second game against Craobh Chiaráin. Earlier on, Na Fianna took on their opponents in the first game, and will I tell you who won it, or do you not want to spoil Na Fianna against Coola? Well, you already know because you were actually working for that game, but for those who haven't watched it back, you can watch it back in full on Dubs TV. Don't forget to subscribe to the Dublin GA YouTube channel, and all these games will pop up for you. If you don't have the time or patience to watch a full game, then you can check out the highlights via the Dublin GA social media channels. You can also get fixture details and, of course, the groups as they are after today's games via Dublin GA's website. Just to let you know, it's football next week live on Dubs TV. On Friday night in Parnell Park at 7:15, Fingallions taking on Clontarf. Also on Friday night, in the second of our double header at 8:30, Na Fianna take on Castleknock. On Saturday, we've got two games for you as well, and we're looking forward to bringing you those games. It is Ballymun Kickham's against Ballantyre St. John's at 3:30, and at 5:30, it's St. Vincent's against Kilmacud Crooks. That's all on Dubs TV next weekend. Subscribe to Dublin GA's YouTube channel, and those games will pop up when they're on. From Colm, myself, and the rest of the team on Dublin GA Dubs TV, thank you very much for joining us. We'll talk to you next week. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.